Hey everyone, I am going to be doing the single-sided paper version of the tag. There were so many of you that wanted this, so of course here it is. And this is really simple. We're basically doing the same exact thing, except we're just covering it. If you missed my last tutorial, it's just a sweet little one-page wonder tag album, but it was for double-sided paper. So this, I mean, it's great for scraps, honestly. It's great for your little scraps. And you've got 3 pockets, and I don't remember who it was, but asked for a picture of Bandit, and I have so many pictures on my phone, but this is like the only one printed. And it's just, someone also asked, like, what do you do with this kind of stuff? You can use it to send snail mail and all that. So this is actually when Bandit was probably like a year or 2 old, and he's less fluffier now. He has more, but that's me and Bandit when we were in Atlanta. So if you haven't seen me, that's what I look like too. But actually probably older now. This is probably about 3 years old, this picture. But yeah, there he is. He's my little guy, and he's so fluffy here, but now he has a way more like smooth look. So anyway, a 2-in-1 was a picture of Bandit, and just to show you what you can do with this album. So for my base, I'm going to be using 8x8, just like we did with the other album, except I'm going to be using cardstock. Mine is 110-pound weight. And I usually link it. You can buy it inside Michael's, but to see which one I get, and I'll show you, and you can see what to get when you go inside the store. So, and I still have this glitter on here. By the way, remember in my last video, I told you my son was sick with like a flu, and I'm starting to not feel good. So I was like, I'm going to be home today. All right, so basically our measurements are going to be exactly the same. I'm using the same thing, which is going to be 3 1/4 by 6 1/2. Yeah, my throat is hurting right now, and I just don't feel good. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm gonna try and get through this. Okay, and it's also taking my mind off of it. So when you turn your paper, just know that the bottom part here is gonna be your pocket piece. So the bottom part is going to be 6 inches. We're gonna cut it 6 inches. Okay. So it's going to look like this, and now we're just really going to cut it out and cover it. Okay, so now you can actually visually see the cut. The last paper you couldn't. So basically we're just going to cut this little line here. And since they're going to not even be near each other, you don't have to like make it thicker. You can if you want it cleaner. Oh my goodness, that cut was so terrible. And then we're going to cut this little box out. And this you can use for your little scrap bin. You can make a pretty embellishment with this. I should have done that. For the one-page wonder, I should have used that extra little piece and used it all up. I don't know why it bothers me when I do a one-page wonder if there's like a piece missing. Okay, so we've done that, and now I'm just gonna kind of fold my scores along. Hold on, looking for my other bone folder thing, because I like this one for cardstock. This one I had got on Temu, but do you see how much better it is? It just kind of goes and glides. So I'm going to do all my pockets. So if this is a new video to you, I'm going to show you a few variations of how you can do your pocket. So my pocket is, and don't worry if your pocket cut looks messy like mine, because when I use my ink, it just takes that away. So my pocket, I go like this, and then I've got this pocket and then this in the back. But in my previous video, I showed you can do it any way you want. You could put your pocket inside, you could put this part in the back, you could put this part in here. Here, there's different ways you can do it, but I'm just doing mine kind of the way that my original video was. So my front pocket's going to be in here, this is going to be there, and I've got this going in the back, which I have to trim that, because I did a really hack job. Imagine being able to see the lines and still messing up. Okay. All right, so we've done that. So right now it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to kind of put it out there because we're just going to cover it. So these, sorry, I feel like I'm a little winded too from like not feeling good. But let's see here. Let's do the long covers. It's going to be 4 of them. So it's going to be 3 inches the width, and then 5 3/4 is the height. Let me see here. So I want the busyness to be in the front. You see, I left just enough room. Now you can ink this now or before. I think I'm gonna do it, I think I'll do it after because I kind of want to blend it in the cover if I can. So let's just add that first one. And the thing is, you guys, I don't usually get flu or any of that. It's very rare that I get something like that. My son is very prone to it, so is my husband, but so I'm not used to feeling like this. Usually I'll get like strep or a head cold or something. Not like that's any better, they're all terrible. Okay, I'm gonna do my back cover too, and then I'll do the inside after this. All right, thank goodness it's almost summer. Get a break from the germs. Okay, and then I'm gonna do my inside cover, which this is pretty dark, but that's okay. Why do I feel like this is shorter? I did cut this shorter. What in the world? Is this one shorter? No, it's not. Okay, so hold on. Let me grab a paper. And figure out what in the world I did. The measurements are right. It's me cutting it wrong. So let me just grab this again. So let me do it 5 3/4 by 3. That was very wonky. I don't know what I was thinking when I cut it. And I was well when I did that, so there's no excuse. All right, so here we go. That's better. I kind of like that too, but maybe I should do that. I'll do that side. Because I've got some green going on. It may not match. Maybe I'll do this one on this side. And I'll do this one on this side. And for my inking, if you don't want to ink it, you don't have to, but just with this album in general, I just felt like it looked better with this paper because it's got a lot of brown and I'm using the vintage photo one, so it just blends in perfect with this ink. So I'm just going to add that on there. Going in strong with the brown. So that definitely matches those butterflies, right? Add it on here. And it may be a little sloppy, but I'm just going to be putting the paper over the other side, so it's okay. And I even get in here. And I know some people don't like to ink, but I like to sometimes. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. It just depends. Sometimes it looks cleaner without it, and sometimes it needs it. In this case, I like the browns together, so I'm just going to leave that. All right, and let's do the bottom pocket. So the bottom pockets are going to be, you're going to use 2 of them because this is going to go right here, and then we have this one. So let me go ahead and actually glue that on. Leaving my little front pocket. Oh, you know what? Let me ink this first because it's going to be glued on. It's going to be really hard to do that if it's down. I'm getting it all over my desk. Okay, Okay, and then that's going to go right over here. So just like that. I do wish I inked it a little more because I've got a little space, so I'm just going to push this down. And you can resize this if you want it to fill more. And then I've got the back one that's going to go over here. Now I got to make sure I really ink this because it was showing too much space for me with this color. I think this just the plaid picture, and the color I picked just kind of makes it pop out more. And let me glue this down. And then I'm going to pop that on there. And that's going to be our back pocket. I'm so glad you guys wanted this version too. I was like, oh, I hope I didn't make that sample for no reason. I really do hope that they want it. Okay, and now that we've got that, oh, you might have, wait, that's the long cover. So we got one more, which is going to be this right here. And this is our side pocket, and it's 1 1/4 width and 5 3/4 height. So that's going to be right there. Now this is very messy inked, so let me fix this. Hope my back pocket didn't dry. I can fix it after too. Just got a little sloppy there, no big deal. I almost used a different paper line because I didn't want you guys to be bored, but I really liked this one, and I thought it was fun to see. Okay, now let me fix this. And if you don't even want a pocket, like you just want a fun little interactive flap, you can do that too. Let me close this up. And then you have your little journal already. Now, this is the fun part because this is a little bit thicker than the one-page wonder because of the cardstock. So when you cut it, it is a little tough. So I like to do this. And I didn't do the paper before. I kind of don't like how that does that and the rest is, but it's fine. And then I take the other corner to measure it out and I put it over here. Now this side is the harder side because you have that pocket right there. Hold on, I did not glue this good. Let me clip this down because I'm too busy finicking with everything else and it doesn't have time to dry. I'm just gonna clip it. Okay, now let me grab this side here and grab my corner and just measure it with my other corner. Okay, so that they're even right there. And then I'm going to take my punch, my eyelet punch, and do that. Oh my gosh, I kind of hacked that off. But that's okay, I'm going to fix it like this. And then I can add this. Oh my gosh, you guys, I really made that uneven. Of course I would do that on camera. So now that this is dry, I'm going to try so hard not to redo this video all over again. This is just an eyelet. And I'm going to punch it through with my eyelet punch. But I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to have to fix this or something because I made it so uneven. I like made a little slope. That has not happened to me. Okay, that's not bad. I just had to kind of clean it up because I left like a weird slope in there. That doesn't look too bad, does it? Why do I feel like it does? I think I have to cut this side down. I don't think I held my thing right. I can't tell if it's the paper, because you see the illusion, it's like This has the big butterfly and that's small, so it's hard for me to tell if I messed it up. But I think it's okay. Yeah, it is fine. I'm just going a little crazy here. Nope, I did have a little piece right here. I just have to fix that. Okay, I'm gonna let it go because I don't feel good. But that is that, and let's just decorate it, all right? I have to try and make myself not let it be perfect, which is fine. And I do not let this dry off enough. Okay, so let's decorate. I'm going to take, I've got all these fun little things here. Let's see here. Let's see how this looks. There's some green. I'm just going to kind of layer it how I layered my other one. Which was kind of like this. And I actually fussy cut it off of one of those big pieces that I got because it was just too big for something that I would probably use it for. So I might use that for the inside. Let me grab some double-sided foam tape, which I like to use this for those. And this is the one I wanted to use on the last album, but I just somehow didn't end up using it. So I've got that. And I'm gonna grab a sticker and maybe put it on the top. Doesn't really need one because it's so busy. I don't think I need one there. I'm just gonna leave it actually. And then of course I had a little clip going on. I don't know why I put it there, but I just did. And you've got your inside, and I love this because it's nice and scenic. And I did the fussy cut of that guy. And I put this here in case you wanted to write maybe something sweet, if you have photos or something. I saw someone had commented they're going to use these for Mother's Day and have the grandkids write a little note in each one. How freaking sweet is that? I love that. And then the little fox. See, this is kind of busy for that. But I'm going to put this on here. I love dies like this. I always look for a pack where they have these long, pretty dies because they just make so much, like they just make everything stand out a bit more when you use them on any album. Okay, that little fox was a little too pretty, or busy. Maybe I'll add the little butterfly in there instead. So just FYI, the reference I'm kind of looking at was my other album. And if you can see here, but I think I'm going to add the butterfly to show you, just kind of switch it up like that. Yeah, I like that. And then the back is pretty simple. I feel like I could put a sticker there because most of my things are plain, but I don't know. Let me see if I want to do that. No, I don't. All right, so I'm going to go to the back and add that here. And I'm going to add this. Do I want to add that? Sorry guys, I'm super indecisive today. My brain is just not there. But that's good. I think that's good. And I'm so sorry about that corner thing. Like, I literally have not done that, and all of a sudden I had to do that. So if you want to dress this up, like this is obviously very woodland, but if you want to dress it up and this is a little too muted for you, don't forget you can always add glitter and make it so like, you know, your little stickles and stuff. You can add these type of things and make your album pop out a little more if you get just kind of bored with like this type. I mean, the simplest thing, you could just add some glitter here on there, and it just changes your whole album from kind of flat to a little more exciting. Like, and this is perfect for the mushrooms underneath. So you can really dress this up if you're using like pink and all those other colors. But I just want to show you just another way you can go about it, and you can do it here too. So you see it could be more flat or like more glittery. It's just up to you, whatever you want. You could add the ribbon, you could add a little Velcro strip. There's just so much you can do with this album. So anyways, I hope you guys like this. I know this one was a little blooper compared to the last one, but same concept, and I'm pretty sure you guys got a grip of what I did. So thanks you guys, and I will be back with more.